Hey there, it's iRun here, and we're back on Elvenar, and I'm here to talk to you about trading and fair trades and unfair trades and just different particulars about trading that I've learned along the way. This is going to be a beginning of a series on helps on Elvenar, so I hope that it helps you out. And if you have any questions during or after, leave those down in the comments below. But first I want to talk about trading. So in order to get the trading, you have to get to a few levels, but then you can actually get a trader, as you can see here on the map. And if you click into the trader, there you go, we can see some of the trades that are going on. Now each trade has a star rating, and you can go into here and you start placing trades. Say if I want to trade some crystals, because I have a lot of crystals, I can trade it for say scrolls. Now when you're doing trades, these three here exchange evenly for each other. So in other words, marble, steel, and planks are worth the same. These three right here in the middle, crystal, scrolls, and silk, they are a little bit more expensive. So you can trade evenly 100 steel for 100 marble, and that would be considered a fair trade. But 100 steel for 100 crystal is not, because crystal is worth more. And then of course the last part here, we have elixirs, magic dust, and gems. And again, these are worth more than all these. But within this group of three, they will trade evenly. Basically gem for dust, gem for elixir, and elixir for dust. Any way that you can trade within. So if you click on here, it automatically goes up to 100. A lot of times when I'm doing trades recently, I'll put it at 105. It'll automatically adjust what you want, but then I will put it down to there and click confirm. And now I can go into my offers, and you'll see that when I click over this, it says this offer is a bargain. The wanted goods are less valuable than the offered goods. So what I'm saying is I'm offering a little bit more than what I want. I do that now because I really want people, especially as you get into it further, it becomes a little bit harder to trade, and maybe that little bit will allow them to accept my trade over somebody else's trade. So that's just a little bit of a tip there. You don't have to necessarily go crazy with it, but most people will accept fair trades though. So this is considered a fair trade. This is a fair offer. The wanted goods are the same as the value. So basically this is what I'm talking about again. When it comes to steel, planks, and marble, you can trade them pretty much evenly. So it's 200 steel for 200 marble. Now one thing you also want to know is this row here, when you're trading, this is what you're getting. Even though it says this is what it's offering, this is what you'll be getting for your trade, and this is what you will be giving to the player. So even though it says demand, this is what they're demanding, and this is what they are offering, as opposed to when I was in here, this is what I'm offering and this is what I'm demanding. So in this view of my offers, this shows what I'm giving up and this is what I'm asking for. But in this area, this is what you're going to be getting and this is what you're going to be giving up. So it's a reverse in this thing. This is from the trader's viewpoint, not from your viewpoint. So I just want to cover things. So this is obviously a fair trade. This right here though says this offer is somewhat expensive. The wanted goods are slightly more valuable than the offered goods. So the majority of times you don't want this type of trade. You don't want anything less than 2 stars because it's going to upset some people if they think you're trying to take advantage of them. But let me show you something here. You see this little icon beside it? This means that this person is not in my fellowship and I have not found them out in the world yet. So what I mean is, if I go out into the world, if we look over here, these people here are all people that I have already run into, and if I go to trade with them, it would be an even trade. But there's people out here, like say MRD, if they offer up a trade, it's going to be similar to there because I haven't discovered them yet. The trader wants an extra fee. And that is exactly what that means. It means if I go, Lily is not anywhere near me and she's not in my fellowship. So if we go to trade, there's a trade fee. But if you look here, I'm still going to get 200 planks, for 300 marble. And if I really needed planks, that is still a better deal than actually going to the wholesaler. So inside here, there's a wholesaler. And the wholesaler, as you can see, they want 100 steel for 20. So it's a 5-to-1 ratio if you actually use the wholesaler. So where does the wholesaler come in beneficial? Well, when you get a lot of extra supplies or money and you really need something, you can use the wholesaler, and it's got different increments. So like here, it's 500 to 100, or this is 2,500 to 500 if I was going to trade that, or 200,000 gold. And it gives you various different things for your various different pieces. Now, you have 3 basically boosted items that are yours. If you go into your main hall and you go into relics, you can see my boosted items on this world are steel, crystal, and elixir. And I can never go into, so it'll never allow me to go into the trader and go to the wholesale. I can't buy those. I can only buy the things I'm not for. Alright, so let's get back into, let's get back here and look at it. So this right here, even though it looks like a fair trade, it's not Lily's fault. She actually offered up a fair trade on her end. She would see the 2 stars. But because we haven't discovered each other yet, there is a trader fee that is going to cost me an extra bit if I accept that trade. Here though, this one right here, you see it is considered an unfair trade. This says this offer is somewhat expensive than the wanted goods, and there is nothing behind it. So basically, and this is also a case where they're offering something that's more valuable, or they're asking for something more valuable than what they're offering. And so that would be considered an unfair trade. However, if you look at this one right here though, you'll see that this is even a worse trade. It says this offer is very expensive. The goods that are being asked for are far more valuable than what is being offered. So let me talk about that. Let's talk a little bit about now that we know the different types of trades, what's fair, what's unfair, well, let me show you here. And like this one here that is considered a bargain, this offers a bargain because it's 3 stars, which means they're offering something more valuable than what they're asking for. All right, but let's go ahead and now we'll cover a couple things. When might you want to accept an unfair trade? In other words, if I was to go in here, go back through my trades, when might I want to accept this trade here by Biuga, or perhaps one of these trades by Lily? Well, if I really needed scrolls and I know that my boosted item is crystal and I have a lot of it, I'm still getting a 2/3 value. In other words, I'm only offering 1/3 more than what I'm getting in return. However, if I was to go to the wholesaler, it's going to be a 1-to-5 ratio. So in that particular case, I might want to go ahead and accept Lily's offer or Bioga's offer. It just depends on, do I need it? So there's times when you have missions to complete, or you're trying to level up a building, a manufactory or something, and you'll need the extra things. So that may be a time, if you're kind of desperate, you'll do it. If you're just storing things regularly and you don't really have a need, maybe not. The other issue is, what if Bioga, he doesn't really have just a lot of stuff to offer, but he really needs that to complete a mission, and he contacts you and said, look, I'm going to throw up this trade. I know it's not going to be very fair, but would you help me out? He's in my fellowship, and I would go in there and just click accept, because you know what, I have plenty of those other items and I just want to help them out. So that would be one particular case when you're trying to help someone else out and or need help. When might you want to place an unfair trade? Well, sometimes you get missions that say place 5 trades. And a mission is, you click over here, it says I need to gain 4 relics, or in this particular one, I need to have 1 fractal war memorial. And once I do that, I get this as a reward. Sometimes you'll get some that say place 5 trades, or place 4 trades, or place 3 trades. And maybe you're low on resources and you really don't want to lose the resource that you have. So you could technically come in here and say, say I'm kind of low on marble, but and maybe I was low on everything. Maybe I was low on everything here, and I really don't want to lose it because I want to keep it for some missions or some buildings I'm doing. So I go up to 100, but on here I go up to like 500, or let's just say I go up to 1,000. Well, so I hit confirm, and obviously if I go into my trade now, you can see this is an extremely expensive, unfair trade. No one in their right mind is going to accept that trade. And that would be the case. I just want to place a trade to complete the mission, not necessarily to gather any resource. Well, I'm going to go ahead and delete that trade. And for some reason, it didn't give me the 1,000 I was asking for. I guess maybe there's a limit. But again, as you can see here, sometimes we go ahead, as you can see here, it is a 5-to-1 ratio if you go to the wholesaler. So typically, especially if you're in a fellowship like I am, most of your trades will be this, will be 2 stars. That's usually a 1-for-1. Sometimes you'll see it's 1 star, but it has exclamation. It means it really is a fair trade, but that person is not in your fellowship, or you haven't discovered them out in the world yet. And then, of course, you'll have the 3 stars, which is a bargain trade. So I hope that explains the trading to you guys. Again, don't forget to leave a comment if you have any questions. And also, if you have any other questions about the game in general that you'd like me to make a video on. So until next time, this is iRun, and we'll see you.